Welcome to the Oak Park Activities Complex. We're at Oak Park High School in Kansas City. Tonight's Hy-Vee High School game of the week, Suburban Red Conference football, as we've got number 18, North Kansas City, taking on district rival number 16, Oak Park. Hi, everybody. Kevin White, Johnny Beck, Leon Liebel, your broadcasters tonight for the Hy-Vee High School game of the week. And what a season it's been for both these teams, Johnny. 5-1, lot on the line tonight as far as the conference and the district goes.
Yeah, and both teams are looking to hit their stride as they finish out the regular season. Like Kevin just said, they're trying to get to the top of the league, keep that as they go through the regular season.
Time now for the Hy-Vee player profile. This guy headed to Alabama, Edric Hill for North Kansas City.
Yeah, and this guy leads the defense, only allowing 8 points per game. They have 2 shutouts this year, 6.5 sacks, 12 tackles for losses. This guy leads an active defensive line.
And for Oak Park, an injury at running back, so the quarterback has to step up, Aiden Hinkle.
Yeah, and the leading rusher, Panky's out, so it's going to fall on Hinkle tonight. This team likes to run the football. Look for this team to use running back by committee, but still keep the ground game as their main focus.
Both teams like to run it. North Kansas City at Oak Park, the long-time rivalry continues tonight on the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week. The Game of the Week is brought to you by Hy-Vee, proud to support Kansas City High School athletics. Well, fall is here. Cool night here north of the river, and 2 longtime rivals, North Kansas City and Oak Park, going to get after one another as they battle for the lead in their conference, the Suburban Red, and their district. We're at the only the third year of the Oak Park Activities Complex.
The old airplane will be tails, okay?
Let's go down on the field and check out the coin toss with our white hat tonight, Kevin Harrison.
What did he say? Tails. Very good. And we have a heads. Oak Park, you have one to toss. You have one of 4. Okay, you have one of 4 choices. You may kick, receive, defend a goal, or defer to the second half. Okay, home is one to toss and has chosen to defer. Okay. Kick, receive, or defend a goal.
Won the toss and defer to the second half.
Which goal do you want to defend?
Tonight's officiating.
Defend the water tower, okay.
Kevin Harrison.
So Oak Park has won the opening coin toss, deferred their option to the second half. So North Kansas City will get the football. And they are coached by Leon Douglas in his 11th year. Won a couple of conference titles in 2018 and 19. Native of Kansas City, played high school football at Lincoln Prep High School. Finished his playing career at Missouri Western as a linebacker. And Oak Park veteran coach Ken Clemens. Been head coach at Winnetonka, Raytown, Liberty North, but this is where he played his high school football. Graduated in the mid-'80s, was a star here, played under Jerry Cruz and Keith Ross. Finished his career at William Jewell. He's in his 6th year coaching the Northmen. Let's check in with our sideline reporter tonight. Here's Leon Liebel.
Hey, Kevin, for the first time this season, at least for me, it feels like football. It's like 56 degrees, a little bite in the air. The autumn wind has arrived, and the leaves are falling. We're ready for a good matchup tonight. It's also glow-in-the-dark night. All the students here at Oak Park dressed in black. They're going to have glow sticks. They're fired up. We're ready to go. Kevin, Johnny, let's have a good one, man.
Well, it should be a good one tonight. Emilio Espino Cruz to kick off. Chase Porter is your deep man. And it is rivalry week. Here from Northtown, from the 10, Porter on the return. And Porter just across the 30, so it'll be a 22-yard return. And let's see who comes out and plays quarterback. Garen Walton has a wrist injury. And we also have Jake Willman.
The Hornets will start with the ball on their own.
Just have to see who breaks the huddle here. And it looks like it's going to be Garen Walton, who's playing with a wrist injury. You see that left wrist is all bandaged up. But he is going to go. We'll also see Willman, the freshman. This is the junior quarterback. First down. And it's a running play for Makai Stanton. Say is their most improved player. A kid that averages about 5.8 yards per carry. Short gain.
By number 32, Caden Fields.
Fields involved in the stop. Oak Park plays a 4-3 defense. Charlie Pugh, former Truman head coach, is back as the defensive coordinator. They're allowing 14 points per game. North Kansas City averages 30 points per game, just over 300 yards total offense. They like to run the football. Oak Park likes to run the football.
Looks like they're going to be a delay of game as they were late getting out of the huddle. Only about 6 seconds to go on the play clock.
So, timeout. And no flag. So, Leon Douglas saw his team was running out of time and burned the early timeout. North Kansas City has won 4 of the last 5 meetings between these teams. But they did not win last year. That game was at North Kansas City. They lost to Oak Park 21-9. They did play at this stadium in 2018. And we just told you this stadium in its 3rd year. They did play a few games prior to the opening of the complex here. And the last time North Kansas City won in blowout fashion, 54-14. That's the last time these teams met on this field. So after the timeout, ball on the 33, 2nd down and long. Pistol formation. Stanton, good run as he's across the 35 before he is wrestled down. Again, Fields involved in the stop. They really said Fields was the guy that was really playing well for this defense. He's a defensive lineman, a senior.
Yeah, you see Stanton there just getting the outside run. See the speed out of the backfield, able to pick up good yardage there on 2nd down. Even them in 3rd and about 7 here.
And flags prior to the snap.
Flag on the play. False start on the Hornets.
Well, penalties have been a problem for North Kansas City. They averaged 12
ball.
penalties per
Snap
game.
infraction. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat. 3rd down.
Yeah, it's hard to tell if they're just having a tough time getting plays in, but already had to burn a timeout, and then the false start there pushing them back. It'll be a long 3rd down here.
3rd down and 11 for the Hornets. Lone loss was at Platte County in week 3. Quarterback to throw down the field and incomplete. Porter was the intended target. The Chase Porter, the fastest guy on the team. And it's incomplete, and it will be a 3 and out for the Hornets.
It looked like Porter just got turned around there at the last second. Looked like he had a couple steps, but unable to get his body turned around and pull that ball in. And not a good start to this North Kansas City offense.
Yeah, he tried to make the adjustment and just couldn't run under it. Coverage there by Xavier Williams. Mentioned that Pankey's out with a concussion. Also, Weston Hughes, starting cornerback for Oak Park, is out with a concussion. Fair catch taken in near the 37-yard line. 33 yards on the punt, no return. And that was the X-Man, Xavier Williams. And now we get a look at Aiden. It's Aiden, not Alden. Aiden Hinkle, the starting quarterback. Junior, excellent baseball player, all-conference baseball player. That's what he wants to do for his college career, but he's a good runner. He's also probably the strongest guy pound for pound. This is a guy that's goes $160, but he can hang clean 200 pounds. So this is a strong guy and a lot of pressure on him. Trayvon Pankey is out tonight, or Trayvon Pankey, I beg your pardon, out with a concussion.
Timeout taken by the Hornets.
And the Hornets now burning their second timeout. They look very discombobulated right now.
Timeout taken by Oak Park.
So Leon Douglas has burned 2 timeouts.
I think they
and
said that
just
was,
a few minutes into the game.
I think they said it was Oak Park that time.
Oh, Oak
they
Park?
switched it.
Oh, okay. Oak Park with the timeout.
Correction.
But again, on change of possession, you got to be ready to go. And, those are timeouts that, obviously can't take into the second half, but you definitely don't want to burn them on the first play. We've seen both offenses now having a little bit of trouble getting the guys lined up.
So who took the timeout, Johnny? We said both teams. Oh, it was North Kansas City. Okay. It's really confusing. Yeah, North Kansas City will be down to 1 timeout. I've been told both teams took the timeout. Double timeout. As we start with a running play for Oak Park. They're a running team. They'll run it about 80% of the time. But once again, Trayvon Pankey is out with a concussion. Their leading rusher at 7.3 yards per carry. So Marlon Gantt Jr., Quay Washington, and Evan Braxton are going to be tasked with running the football tonight for this team, and also the quarterback Hinkle.
Yeah, we talked about how good this North Kansas City team is up front. So guys up front for Oak Park, they're going to have to create those running lanes for these running backs to be able to pick up positive yards.
So after the short run, Gantt Jr. is also a very good receiver of the football. And that was Gantt Jr. being tackled from behind. And that was Jaden Browning involved in the stop. Jaden Browning, the coaches just call this guy a dog. He's one of their leading tacklers, and they said if he was a little bit taller, he's only 5'10". If he was like 6'2", he'd be getting the same calls that Edric Hill and Adebore are getting. Adebore headed to OU on the defensive line, number 4, and then you got Hill going to Alabama. So big-time players. Now 3rd down and 5. Quick pass. Williams makes the catch, and Williams going down right in his tracks. Emmanuel Knack, the strong safety, open field stop, and it'll be a 3-and-out for Oak Park.
Yeah, great tackle here in the open field. As we see so many times, the defenders come running in and blow right by, but great job of breaking down and stopping that receiver in his tracks, forcing looks like they're going to punt here on 4th down and long.
Punter is Caden
Stanton's back deep for the Hornets.
And high, short punt. And it's taken in on the run. Kind of a risky move there by Stanton, but he went with the early whirly bird. 29 yards on the punt. And short return, but take a look at Stanton here, right in the traffic, making the catch. And getting a little bit of yardage on this return.
Yeah, and you want these guys to field that ball. You definitely don't want it to roll down the field, but you got to be smart. Good job of holding that ball and picking up a few yards there.
Canuck, the Will linebacker on special teams, made the stop, so it'll be the 35-yard line. 1st and 10. Players running on late for Oak Park. Swing it out. And this is Porter. And Porter with a nice gain on 1st down across the 40-yard line. It'll set up 2nd down and short. And Porter is a fast guy, Johnny. 3-year starter. They say he'll lead the team in targets. Very athletic, and that was his 10th catch of the year.
Yeah, we've seen him try and hit him downfield on a big pass, but right there, just get the ball to him in open field. He makes a couple guys miss. Picking up about 8 yards there on 1st down.
Walton, the junior, only 32% on his completion rate as Stanton running for the 1st down. They say that this guy is a very positive influence on the team. He brings a lot of positiveness to the team. Take a look at the offensive lineman. That's Woodyard. They got Morris. Cowling is the leader of the offensive line, number 76 there in your picture. Guy that started since his freshman year. Played tackle, guard, now is their center. Hinojosa, Bradley. These are the guys up front. Now they go with a wildcat look here with Porter, and flags down, early movement.
Flag on the play.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
So 1st and 5 set up now. North Kansas City only had 4 wins last year, 4-7. They're off to a 5-1 start. As once again, they're going with the Wildcat with their probably one of their more athletic kids in Chase Porter. And he's going to throw a left-handed pass to Stanton. Stanton turns up the field, gets what he can. He'll get yardage to the 45.
3 yards on the play.
You see Porter here, just take the snap, get the ball out as quick as you can. In that playmaker's hands, able to pick up some good yards there on 1st down.
Now it was his 6th catch of the year. They say he's small and smooth. He's a very smooth runner, Mackay.
He's got those big guys up front, so stays patient behind the line of scrimmage. Those guys are going to open up some good running lanes for him.
2nd down and short. And this time Porter holds the ball there. He wanted to get rid of it there at the last second, and I think he made the right choice there. He'll lose a couple of yards, but that could have been a potential fumble situation. As he was going down, he tried to pitch it here out to the Ezra Peterson.
And you see the blue jerseys there. They were waiting for that, so good decision not to pitch that ball. Good job by Oak Park. Getting penetration, not allowing that play to develop.
So now it's 3rd down and 4. Back to the 47-yard line. Motion by Porter. Here's Peterson, the transfer from Staley. Jordan Bruce knocking him down. And it looks like they're about a half-yard short. It's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, where they're spotting him, I don't even think they're going to bring out the change to measure, but this is 4-down territory here for North Kansas City.
That brings us up 4th and 1 for the Hornets.
I think you give the ball right back to that. Right back to Peterson. Let him kind of fall forward, pick up that half yard.
And it's Peterson, and he's blown up. This is going to be close. 2nd effort may have got him the 1st down. Well, Canuck and Bruce combined on the stop and went low, but looks like he was able to acquire enough for the 1st down. As that good body lean by the junior running back.
Well, you see, it's textbook tackle. You got to go right around the ankles, but
that lunge there
Peterson, you know, he's a guy who's going to fall forward, able to pick up that positive yard, keep this drive alive.
He's the big body guy for Coach Douglas. You got Stanton as the speed guy, and Jermaine House we'll also see as a more in between the tackles guy. And that is the 3rd and final timeout for North Kansas City. And we still got 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st quarter, so just something out of sync as far as either play calling or getting personnel on the field, and now Leon Douglas is addressing it right now.
Well, hopefully they're making some adjustments in that huddle. You have no timeouts left, so you have no more freebies. We know what drive killers are. Delay games, false starts, holding penalties, so you're going to have to get it freshened up.
We appreciate your support throughout the season. Also, a special recognition to our seniors, cheerleaders, and
Once again, the rivalry. You got the same school district, the same district, the Class 5 District 8, which these teams are on the top of. You got the same conference. Some of these kids went to the same middle school before deciding, where they were going to go, and then they go to high school. That's Peterson. Peterson,
the ball carrier.
gain of 3. So,
Tackled by Jordan Bruce.
and if you're looking for a parking spot in the parking lot, good luck. There's no parking left. People are parking up on the grass. There is a lot of people here tonight. On a Friday night, cool Friday night, big crowd. One set of bleachers. I was told they would put some bleachers on the other side. Unfortunately, there's a big drop-off there, so they can't do that. So they've got the bleachers on one side and a nice, beautiful video board. Flags on the other side of the field, on the west side of the field. There it is. Kind of has a look like Platte County has, where they put all the fans on one side. But nice setup here. We got a water tower down in the south end zone. The big Oak Park logo on it. Now 3rd down and 2. 3rd down and short. Late stages of the first quarter. And the running play is going to be shut down. No first down. Stanton ripped down by Fields, the senior defensive end.
Yeah, and they've been getting penetration on that backside right there. Able to get the ball carrier down on a minimal gain. Didn't look like they gained but maybe a half yard. Great job there on the backside. Chasing down Stanton, who we know's got some speed, but not able to get going on that run. And again, 4 down territory here for North Kansas City as they're sitting at the 34-yard line. And you got Porter at the bottom of the screen here.
And it's broken play. The quarterback is thrown down. It'll be stopped. Making the play, Wyatt Smith, it looked like. And also there was Ben Brandis, the defensive end. And a broken play. The quarterback turned around, nobody to hand it to. And Walton had to ad-lib, and he ran right into Ben Brandis. And it's a 4th down stop. There it is. Nobody to hand to. And then watch the big hit right there. Brandis shutting him down. Ball over on downs to Oak Park.
Again, more miscommunication for this North Kansas City offense. They had a good drive going, just not able to convert there on 4th down. But give a lot of credit to Oak Park and their defense as they were able to make the stop.
The other guy there, Mike Davis, the strong safety with run support. So Brandis and Davis combined for the 4th down stop. Here's Hinkle in the offense. He's going to throw. First down pass just across the 40-yard line with the catch. And making the catch, number 6, Evan Cook, the junior wide receiver, his 3rd catch of the year.
Simple pitch and catch there on 1st down. Hinkle does a good job just getting that ball out. Good possession catch there to pick up 7 yards on 1st down.
Both these teams with the mantra, pass when we have to. Or at least that's what they told the broadcaster before the game. To lie to him, basically, as the running play is going to be enough for a 1st down. Nice run by Gantt Jr., who is 2nd-team All-League as a wide receiver. He has 9 rushing touchdowns on the year. So, once again, Pankey and Hughes, the cornerback, out with concussions from games last week.
You see Gantt just doing a good job taking that quick directional step. Good pickup there on 1st down. Pick up the 1st down.
Gantt, not much doing on this play as he was shut down by Caden Torres, the Will linebacker.
And these linebackers for North Kansas City should be playing downhill as they got the big guys up front. Hill's probably taking a double team 90% of the time. So if you're the linebackers, you got to play aggressive. Work downhill. Don't allow Gantt to get full head of steam as he's a big guy, tough to bring down.
Again, Anderson in there. Williams is the Mike linebacker. Murgis is the outside linebacker. 2nd down and long. And here's Gantt up the middle. Has a high running style. And we'll get a couple of yards.
82 yards on the play.
He's averaging 4.6 yards per carry. Now 3rd down and 8. Lone loss last week for Oak Park at Lee Summit. They lost in overtime. Lost the lead late on a Josh Manning touchdown pass. And then lost in overtime to the Tigers 35-28. So Clemens' team looking to bounce back tonight. This is a young team. And option short side of the field. Gantt juggling it as he went out of bounds. He'll be shy of the first down. And it'll be fourth down. They're going to still need about 3 or 4 yards for the first down.
Quarterback takes a good pop here. Good job on the pitch. Able to get Gantt some running room, but and you see all those white jerseys.
Now, the left end moving early.
Flag on the play.
And on fourth down.
Dead ball, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, repeat, fourth
Let's
down.
send it down to Leon.
Hey, Kevin, you're talking about this stadium. This facility is just terrific here at Oak Park. But I find this fascinating. I'm on the 30-yard line all the way south is in Gladstone, Missouri. Anything north of the 30-yard line going left to right on your screen, that's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Good point, yeah. And a quick punt away by Hinkle. Stanton will let this one hit just inside the 20-yard line. It goes out of bounds. 33 yards, no return. 19-yard line and North Kansas City's own. The Hornets will get it back. And Walton
on the field,
fighting that wrist injury
right back to the stands.
on his non-throwing hand. He runs the offense. We've seen Peterson tonight. We've seen Stanton run the football.
See Porter line up as the quarterback.
We've seen a lot of guys.
Catch a
We
pass,
haven't seen
throw a pass.
House Jr. or Matthews, I was told maybe. Now I see Matthews in. He is in as an H-back position. Or wing right. And once again, we've got penalty flags.
Flags on the play.
This one on North Kansas City.
False start on the Hornets.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
Ken Clemens back home. His son, he's got a son, Drew, that plays on the football team. His wife is a counselor here, Julie. He's got 2 cousins as teachers here, so he's right at home. High snap. Stanton gets it and then is thrown for a loss. Great defensive work as making the stop that time for the offense.
Number 42, Johnny Diaz.
Johnny Diaz, one of the seniors on this squad. Johnny coming up and making a nice play.
High snap there kind of made that tough for Stanton to get going, but again, Oak Park doing a good job up front.
Final play of the first quarter, low scoring, no scoring. You're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week here on Spectrum Sports. Fall colors here in Kansas City or Gladstone, whichever you choose. Big crowd here tonight at the Oak Park Activities Complex. Oak Park playing host to their district rival, North Kansas City. Scoreless first quarter, Johnny. A lot of penalties, a lot of timeouts, too, which you don't usually see. But hopefully the offenses can get on track here in the second quarter. Walton to throw on a first down pass. Over the shoulder and a catch made. Porter tracking this one down for a big gainer for North Kansas City.
And Walton stayed in the pocket, knew he was going to take a hit, but delivers a strike. You see Porter with the diving catch there, but great throw by Walton. Even better catch by Porter.
31 yards, and that play will go out to the 40-yard line. As you take a look at the numbers on the year, he is their most dynamic wide receiver in this running play. This is Jermaine House Jr., and he is thrown down hard, and that is Brandis again, one of the juniors on the defensive line. Once again, you got on this team 4 sophomores and 5 juniors starting both on offense and defense. So this is a young Oak Park team. But they're having a great season. Last year they only won 4 games. They went 4-6, and they're off to the 5-1 start. Both these teams are doing better than they did last year. Right up the middle, House. Right up the middle for a first down across midfield. Jermaine House Jr., who averages 7.7 yards per carry, busts one up the middle for a Hornet first down.
Yeah, House just takes it right up the middle. No juke moves, just following his big guys up front. Good running lane there, able to pick up good yards on second down.
The safeties, Coates and Davis, combined for the stop, but not after the first down run. And now the running back is blown up in the backfield, and that is Tate Ruth. He is only a sophomore, and he's a defensive tackle. He's one of the underclassmen, and House had no shot here as Ruth really made a nice play there.
Yeah, it looked like he was unblocked, kind of just snuck under the offensive lineman's arm and able to make a good tackle for a loss. Forcing North Kansas City into a long second down situation here. Probably looking to pick up about half the yards here, make it a more manageable third down situation.
Second down and long 13. Porter battling, and now a flag is down as that was Churchill Coates with the coverage, and he and Porter were really doing a lot of hand play there, and they'll get the foul on the defensive player, defensive PI.
Pass interference, defense. 15 yards from the previous spot, results in a first down.
Well, Johnny, we saw that explosive play by Porter, and now they're worried about him in the secondary.
Yeah, and Walton underthrows this ball just a little bit. Porter does a good job of finding it in the air, trying to get position, and Coach just not able to get around. Flag for the PI there, and if they're going to throw the ball, it looks like they're going to go to Porter most of the time here.
So now the line of scrimmage will be the 36-plus territory. North Kansas City. That is Stanton, and they said he's a slippery guy, slippery as an eel. And he'll get 4 yards, but we got a flag down.
Should be offsetting.
Nope. 15-yard face mask penalty coming up on Oak Park. Second killer penalty of the drive.
Well, there was a little skirmish down here between a lineman and an offensive line and defensive lineman. And wondering if that's what they called.
Personal foul, face mask, defense. 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
It's 2 15-yard penalties now on this drive.
First and 10 for the Hornets. The Oak Park 17-yard line.
Yeah, that's the 2 guys that were in the skirmish, and you're kind of in a spotlight there when you're away from the pile. Referee wisely threw the penalty flag.
Stanton off the left side, breaking free into the end zone, touchdown, Mackay Stanton. He is the sophomore and scores his 5th touchdown of the year, and the slippery one scores our first touchdown. Mackay Stanton, the sophomore running back, as the Hornets strike first.
They had a good hard run the play before, and right there just able to sneak through to the second and third levels, and you see the speed in the open field, able to break away.
Extra point blocked. So
extra point is blocked.
They do not get a point after touchdown, but a long drive, 81-yard drive, capped by the touchdown run by the sophomore running back.
You see him just kind of weaving his way through, almost untouched as he goes into the end zone. But that drive set up with the big play to chase Porter over the top, and then the 2 penalties, very costly, 2 15-yard penalties on the Oak Park defense. So we go back to this Walton to Porter pass. You see Walton taking that hit just at the last moment, but great job by Porter tracking that ball, able to bring it down as they were backed up inside their own 10-yard line. It looked like this Oak Park defense was starting to build a little bit of momentum, but just takes one play to get that offense started. See right there, 8 plays, 81 yards, 17-yard TD run for Stanton. 7-0 lead for North Kansas City.
And they go with a little onside kick. And it's covered up, though, by the Northmen as they were ready for it. As the Isaac Norberto able to slide under this one and cover it up. So the element of surprise. And now you give up a big field position situation when you try that.
Yeah, you're trying to dribble that ball about 12 yards up the field. And
that one went longer.
Get your guys out in front, and the kicker's the one who's supposed to recover that, but he didn't really have a chance because it was about 20 yards down the field.
Hinkle. And the quarterback keeping it and thrown down. That is Adebore. This young guy is headed to Oklahoma. His older brother plays at Northwestern. Excellent student. Got his little brother on the team as well. And so you got one guy going to OU, this guy, and one guy going to Alabama. That makes up a pretty good defensive line if you're North Kansas City.
Yeah, and you see the athleticism right there as he able to bring Hinkle down, but you're not going to get away from these big guys up front when they get you in their grasp.
Loss of 5. Hinkle, quick pass, deflected, and nearly intercepted on the rebound. As North Kansas City had Gianni McBride. He was getting blocked, Johnny, but you saw him. He had his eyes locked on that ball as it glanced off the receiver's hands and nearly got the interception.
Yeah, the guy blocking him obviously had no idea that ball was tipped up in the air, and McBride, almost right place, right time. As you see here, almost got that pick.
And on 3rd down and 15, they are not going to get the first down as Gantt Jr. is denied. And it'll be a 3 and out for Oak Park. Once again, you see a lot of pushing and shoving after the play. These guys all know each other. This is a big-time rivalry. You're in the same conference, same district. You grew up in some of the same neighborhoods. So
there's a lot on the line tonight.
Everybody's a little feisty tonight. You can understand.
For district position here, trying to take the lead. These guys are playing with a lot of emotion tonight.
Critton, the end-over-end punt. Return by Stanton. And nice return as he'll get it across the 30. 37 yards. 7 yards on the return.
And a flag.
And a flag near midfield, so wait a second before positioning the football.
And you see a couple guys on the North Kansas City as they're walking to the sideline, talking to a teammate.
It's a personal foul on Northtown. So the Hornets will be backed up after the return by Stanton.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Let's send it down to Leon.
Yeah, Kevin, you're talking about this rivalry and how these guys know each other. There is a lot of talking out here tonight. You can hear it. Referee Kevin Harrison has warned both sidelines a couple of times about that. Also, you mentioned how they know each other. How about this? Chad Valadez, the athletic director at Oak Park, gave Leon Douglas, the head coach at North KC, his first job as an assistant a long time ago at Northtown. So they do know each other.
That's a good point. The AD, former head coach at North Kansas City. Was there 18 years, 9 as the head coach. There with the stocking cap on. Working the phone. ADs are always busy keeping everybody updated on Twitter. 1st and 10, back to the 18 with the penalty. And it's once again Porter as kind of a wildcat. And his pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. And that was Marlon Gantt Jr., the Sam linebacker.
By number 1, Marlon Gantt Jr.
Yeah, defensive lineman, if you can't get to the quarterback, next best thing to do is get your hands up trying to disrupt that pass. And again, able to get both hands on the ball.
So we've seen a lot of guys in the backfield. We've seen Walton play. We've seen some wildcat. We have not seen the young freshman quarterback, Willman, as of yet.
Again, play clock down to 5.
Need to get going. And this is a running play that gets short yardage just across the 20-yard line.
83 yards on the run.
That was Stanton. He has the first rushing touchdown of the game, his 5th of the year. Coach raved about him being the most improved player on their team.
We got 3rd and long here, North Kansas City. Got to find Chase Porter if you're Oak Park. He's lined up in the slot right now.
3rd down and 7. Quarterback flushed, throwing to the sideline, and there's nobody there except Oak Park Northmen, who are standing on the sidelines as he just got rid of it, did Walton. And it'll be a 3 and out. 4th down and 7 for the Hornets. Punting unit coming out.
Looked like that was Caden Fields with the pressure.
Fields has had a good game, Johnny.
Fields has been all over this field today, and Walton wanted no part of him on that rollout.
Robert Moore back to punt for the Hornets.
And the punt is away. Low spiral. Williams will let hit. Doesn't get much of a roll. 34 yards, no return.
Northland will take over on their own 45-yard line.
Punt by Robert Morrow. Pretty good punt there. Just didn't get that normal field turf roll. You see, that ball really kind of died once it hit the turf. And pretty good field position now for Oak Park. Oak Park came in averaging 38 points per game, 293 yards as far as yards per game. 213 of the 293 via the ground. So this is a running team. As here's Marlon Gantt Jr.
Marlon Gantt Jr. the ball carrier.
Once again, as we let you know at the top of the broadcast, Trayvon Pankey is out with he had suffered a concussion last week, was not cleared. He's averaging 100 yards per game rushing. He's one of their super sophomores, so they're doing running backs by committee with Gantt Jr., Washington, and Braxton. Mainly, we've seen Gantt Jr. thus far. Second down and 6. Here's Gantt Jr. Good surge by the offensive line, and he's close to the first down near the 45.
6 yards on the play.
Marlon, definitely a college prospect.
That's good.
And it is a first down.
Well, you see Oak Park going right into the teeth of this defense. 2 straight runs up the middle, and see Gantt just keeping those feet moving, following those blue jerseys, able to pick up good yardage there.
And again, it's Gantt. Again, they're now starting to get some chunks on this North Kansas City defense. The guys up front, you got Logan Wessling, Jalen Williams, probably their best prospect, the sophomore at left guard. Wyatt Reeder, who I liked his senior picture, Johnny. It's on the fence there. He has a stack of pancakes, and he's putting maple syrup on them.
Love it.
So, yeah, it made me hungry, actually, when I see those pancakes. Then you got Garcia and Kearns. These are the guys up front doing a good job for this team. But Reeder and his pancakes, the offensive line leader. Williams, the best prospect, the sophomore, at left guard. And this running play, not much doing this time. Well, you got a tall task when you got a guy going to Alabama, a guy going to Oklahoma on the defensive line. And when you talk to coaches around the city, that's the first thing they say. Oh, that defensive line for Northtown is pretty fierce.
Well, you know, there's a lot of double teams. You see these guys up front, you know, just doing their best to stay in front. Gantt's a big running back, so he should be able to break through that front line if the Oak Park guys are just able to stay in front of those North Kansas City D linemen. And see Gantt starting to pick up a little momentum here.
And the ball is on the field. The mesh point didn't work. Ball still loose. And it's covered up by North Kansas City. Jaden Browning. As the quarterback and the running back couldn't make their mesh point, and the ball flipped up in the air, and it's like a hot potato on the ground. Nobody could cover it up until Jaden Browning recovers the fumble for North Kansas City.
Yeah, just not able to get that ball into the belly, and Gantt just kind of keeps going. Doesn't realize that ball's on the ground. North Kansas City able to fall on that loose ball. Thought that Oak Park offense was really starting to get going and move the chains. But unfortunate there on the turnover.
Yeah, it looked like they were finding themselves as far as their offense, getting the ground game going. And now Walton to throw on first down, and the pass is caught. Flag is down on the play as that was Peterson on the pass catch there. It looked like he came back to catch it. Holding penalty on Northtown. They actually lost maybe a half yard on this play. Well, now they're saying, so do you want to take the penalty? Looks like they will.
Holding offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Repeat, first down.
Let's see if we can see the left side of the offensive line.
Yeah, it was a quick play action. You see the guard just not moving his feet. I call that 9 out of 10 times, but yeah, you saw the players, they were trying to decline that penalty, but I think the coaches kind of realized what type of game this is, and you want the field position if you can get it.
And Stanton, quick run off the left side, darting for a nice gain as he gets most of the penalty yardage back and a little more as this guy, a quick sophomore running back having a big night, has the rushing touchdown. He's the rushing leader for both teams tonight, Mekhi Stanton.
Yeah, they've got that lightning, thunder combination with Stanton and Peterson, and see Stanton there able to get that edge and turn it upfield for a big gain. And again, this guy has some speed coming out of the backfield.
16 yards on that last run. Now it's 3rd and 7, and Stanton will not get the first down. Nice play by Fields there. Caden Fields, the defensive line. And now 4th down. Or I beg your pardon, it'll be 3rd down and 3. And this running play will get close. I think he has it by about a half yard. Stanton with a running good, strong effort at the end of that run, and he was able to get the first down. And once again, North Kansas City has no timeouts as we approach Hy-Vee at the half because they burned all their timeouts in the first quarter. As they'll set up shop just across midfield. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Stanton not much doing there. Bruce was in the backfield. Also back there was Canuck, the Will linebacker. He had the penetration. Canuck is actually their leading tackler on the team. His dad is the defensive line coach, Craig. Stanton looked shaken up on the last run, and they gave it to him again. Now he has left the field. I saw him see him holding his right arm there. So he checks out, as this looks like their passing formation. 4 wide receivers. Now House will go into the backfield, and House will take it. And House may be back to the line of scrimmage, and he's
Number 24,
tackled
Jermaine
down. So now 3rd down, and it's going to be long.
Bruce with the stop.
Bruce there, and Gantt was there.
I thought Oak Park might take a timeout here as the clock's now under 1:30.
Yeah, Oak Park.
If you're North Kansas City, you're in no hurry here.
Yeah, you've got the 17-yard touchdown run by Stanton. Now 3rd down and 9.
See if they elect to keep it on the ground and keep the clock running.
Walton throwing down the field, has a man. Oh, couldn't run it down. Good pass there, but just a little wide of the mark that time as Giancinto was running a post pattern there and just couldn't catch up with this one. Walton led him just a little too much.
And you see the pressure up front for Oak Park. Maybe forcing that throw just a little bit too soon.
Actually running more of a flag route there, Terrell was. And 4th down and 9, and Town will go for it as the clock under a minute before halftime. Setting up the screen, it's short, incomplete. Giancinto was the intended target, and there were a lot of Northmen back there on the quarterback. But the pass goes incomplete, and ball over on downs now for Oak Park. Really not that much time, but they do have the timeouts.
You see all the blue jerseys in the face as those linemen are just really tap the defensive lineman and try and get upfield, but Walton not able to get that ball up and over the hands of that defensive lineman. And now Oak Park has some decent field position.
Hinkle, pass on the fade, and incomplete.
Great
play. Wow. Nearly made the connection, as that was Xavier Williams. Williams, their leading receiver, 15 catches coming in, and Porter and he were having a battle. Williams going up, had it in his hands, and the ball got knocked out on the rake job there by Porter.
Yeah, Porter doing a good job of fighting all the way, not allowing the receiver to pull that catch in, but now we've seen Porter play some good defense. He's been in a quarterback. He's caught some passes, so this guy's contributing in this game quite a bit.
Williams and Gantt Jr., they say, are Division II prospects, as Hinkle to the sideline and goes down hard. Incomplete pass. Looked like he was letting it go as he ended up on the North Kansas City sidelines. It'll be now 3rd down and 10 facing the Northmen. So let's take another look here as he let this go late and then got hit from behind and ended up in the chain gang and the Hornets on the sidelines.
He had his eyes on Murgis, number 8, but it was the defensive lineman behind that gave him the good shove out of bounds. Clean play.
Running play, and this one going in nowhere.
Gantt Jr., the ball carrier.
This time it's Hill. Young man headed to Alabama.
You can see why right there as
Number 13,
breaks through the line and
4th and 10 for the Northmen.
Yep, he definitely went backwards there. Also, Torres, the linebacker, involved in the stop. And the punting unit probably going to come out, or are they just going to let the clock wind out?
At this point, try and throw a Hail Mary.
Well, they're going to run a play on 4th down. Instead, the clock will wind out just as the ball is snapped. So we've reached halftime in this Suburban Red Conference matchup. Two school district rivals going at it. North Kansas City on the road taking on Oak Park. And a rushing touchdown by Mekhi Stanton is our lone score. And the PAT was missed. So the visiting team, a slim lead in a heated rivalry game. Both these teams in the same Class 5 district. Both these teams just right near the top at 5-1. Oak Park and North Kansas City, 42.5 points for Oak Park in the district. And North Kansas City at 42.17. That's how close it is, so that's how important this game is tonight between these two longtime rivals, and it's been kind of a defensive struggle thus far. One turnover, that by Oak Park. A lot of penalties, a lot of timeouts, and one lone rushing touchdown of 17 yards by Stanton, and that was in the early stages of the second quarter. Your only points in the ball game. Packed house, cool night here north of the river as we check in now with Leon.
Well, Kevin, I'm with Leon Douglas, the head coach of North Kansas City. A kind of a sluggish first half, defensive battle. Do you expect this kind of game?
Yes, sir. It's two Class 5 teams that know each other very well, that have played a lot of ball games these last few years against each other.
You had to use 3 timeouts in the first quarter. You had a lot of penalties. Things just kind of out of sync there?
Well, you know, the first one, they're getting on our kids about some wristband stuff, which, you know, blows my mind in 2022. We're still talking about wristbands when you can see those type of wristbands worn on every Friday night, Saturday, as well as on Sunday. So that's a little bit disappointing. But, again, you have the timeouts for a reason. No one says when you have to use them, but it is what it is. And, you know, we're up 6-0. Got to keep chopping wood and keep playing the game.
Yeah, what do you got to do in the second half?
We got to take care of the ball in regards to keep moving the football offensively, minimize the penalties where we get backed up defensively. We got to keep chopping wood, keep tackling, doing a great job of tackling. When they try to take some shots, we got to be in position to make a play.
All right, Coach, thank you. All right, Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Leon. Bundle up, youngster. You're north of the river. It's a little chillier here as fall is here. As here's our lone score of the first half. The sophomore running back, Stanton. 17 yards out, 6-0 Hornets at halftime. Halftime here at the Oak Park Activities Complex. 6-0 Hornets leading the Northmen. Let's take a look at the Hy-Vee first half numbers and mention the penalties. And the one turnover, that was by Oak Park. But what else stands out for you, Johnny? Not much offense overall.
Yeah, you look at the 4 penalties for Oak Park, and 2 of those 15-yard penalties on that scoring drive for North Kansas City. So kind of helping them out, and then you only see the 1 third down conversion for both teams, 1 for 10 total.
Let's check in now with Leon.
I am with head coach Ken Clemens of Oak Park, and Coach, it's sort of a positive side here. Yeah. This game is low scoring. Your defense, how do you think it's played?
Defense is doing great. You know, this is no surprise to us that it's a one-score game right now. We know that we knew coming in that it was going to be tough sledding. We're going to hit a big play here pretty soon, and we might just win this thing 7-6.
They got a great defensive line, but it looked like you guys were kind of attacking the middle there and find a little soft spot, if there is such a thing.
Yeah, I mean, we're able to move it a little bit, but we're not going to be able to consistently go 4 and 5 yards a pop and run this thing out that way. But we'll hit a big one before this is over.
What do you do? That's just hit a big one in the second half? Is that what your strategy here?
Yep. We're going to play defense, and we're going to get 1 touchdown and an extra point.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. You. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Leon. Ken Clemens, a graduate of Oak Park High School in the mid-'80s. Once again, his wife is a counselor here. His son, Drew, is a sophomore here. And then he's got 2 cousins that are teachers as well at Oak Park. So this is like homecoming for Ken Clemens, as he thinks he can rally the troops in the second half. Johnny, what do you think?
I think, he's right on. His defense has played a really good game. You're looking right now to just kind of win that field position battle and give your offense some momentum that way. And, like he said, try and hit a big play and, let your defense try and pitch a shutout, and hopefully you hit the extra point and take this thing 7-6. But if you're North Kansas City, you're not really giving up a lot of yards in the running game, so you got to be aware that they might run a play action and try and get you over the top. So I think both coaches kind of know that this is going to be a low-scoring game, and can't have negative plays, whether that's in the penalties or just blown up plays in the backfield.
Well, we mentioned that Edric Hill is headed to Alabama. I mean, trying to think of the all-time greatest players for these programs. And, of course, if you think of Oak Park, Michael Keenan was a Simone winner. And talked to Coach Clemens, and he said that he may be one of the best ever to come out of this area. He was the 2003 Simone Award winner. And now I guess he's in the military doing special forces operations. So we wish him all the best and safety. But Michael Keenan, I remember him. I remember the Weber brothers, Matt and Max. A lot of good players that have come through. Of course, Leon Douglas is a guy playing now at Iowa State. Dominic Orange, he played against the Jayhawks last week. So these programs have had some very good players through the years. Once again, Oak Park won the coin toss to start the game and deferred their option of the second half. We saw the ground game kind of slowly get going there with Gantt Jr. We saw that late in the second quarter, and they need to really get that going again.
Yeah, they had a great drive going, actually getting decent yards up the middle. Just had the turnover that kind of killed the drive. I look for Oak Park to keep feeding Gantt. He's a guy that can get you those yards. And like I said, look for your shot over the top to try and get a play action pass and hit that big play.
Hornets coming out to kickoff. Looks like Gantt and Braxton, as the fans, after halftime sitting down and resting, back on their feet, ready to make some noise. Cheer on their team to victory tonight in this Suburban Red Conference matchup. 2 teams at the top. Once again, remember the Suburban Conference rules. If the teams tie at the top, then they're co-conference champions. There's no head-to-head situation. So whoever wins tonight, if they were to lose later in the year and the other team came back and won, they could still have ties and co-conference champions in the Suburban League.
Yeah, it looks like the play clock was running down, and then they stopped it.
Well, now there is a flag down before the third quarter kick and be sent down the field. And let's see if we've got a delay of game penalty. So it looks like a procedure penalty. It'll cost them 5 yards. Oh, all right. Ball just fell off the tee. And
penalty on the Hornets.
So illegal procedure, and now Puju Adabore will kick off. Well, now they send another kicker out there instead, and that's Tanavan Williams. Thought Adabore was kicking there, and Williams kicks, and the return by Evan Braxton in good field position now. Let's see if this Oak Park offense, shut out in the first half, can get going. Hinkle at quarterback. Gantt will be the main running back, number 1. Once again, Pankey out with that concussion from last week. The sophomore, their leading rusher, who's averaging 106 yards per game. So they don't have him. Spotted at the 39-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10. Power I formation, quick pitch to the edge, and Williams is cut down nicely on the play by Knack, the safety.
I've seen Knack have 2 really good plays in the open field. Again, nothing special, just doing his job, taking down the ball carrier there. He was the last line of defense for a while.
He is one of the team captains for the Hornets. Emmanuel Knack. N-A-K. Quarterback keeping on the read option, and Hinkle be a little bit shy of the first down, so Hinkle calls his own number. He averages 5.7 yards per carry. And it's a nice gain, leaving them 3rd down and short. Torres with the stop.
Yeah, not sure if that was designed or if there was a little confusion in the backfield, but see the good pickup there. Picking up a couple extra yards there after contact. Making it a manageable 3rd down situation. As Oak Park's trying to convert on their first 3rd down of the night.
And they give it off to Gantt. And he's able to whittle his way off the right side and get the first down. Marlon Gantt Jr. as have a player down for North Kansas City, and that is Hill. Yeah, that is their big star defensive lineman. Well, you're in the middle of the defensive line. You're going to take a lot of abuse, especially at the lower part of your body there on your knees and ankles. And looks like that's what he's flexing. Let's send it down to Leon.
Kevin, I'm not sure specifically what's wrong with young man, but his left arm looks like they're working on that a little bit. The trainer was helping him and off and walking to the sideline, so hopefully he's okay.
Let's see. He's right there in the middle there, and see his, you
kind of got the arm pushed back, and sometimes you feel that up through the shoulder.
Well, it was a first down run by Gantt Jr. Yeah, you see that left hand kind of hanging low. So he will leave the field. Another running play, and the ball is loose on the field, covered up by North Kansas City. That is Knack. As the second turnover of the game by Oak Park, and their 14th takeaway of the year. And And they'll take over. That's the second fumble by the Northmen. And give it back to North Kansas City.
Gantt has a good pickup here. Just gets upended, and looks like that defender was able to get his helmet on the ball, jarring that ball out.
Looked like Herb Bass was the guy that knocked it free, covered up by Knack. And this is Peterson, the transfer from Staley. And a nice run there. He's got a good chunk. 6 yards by Ezra Peterson. He's averaging 7.6 yards per carry. He has 4 receptions. They don't list the size of the players on the North Kansas City roster, but he is definitely a big guy out there. And it's a powerful runner, and he'll run for the first down for the Hornets.
And in between the tackles, he's a tough guy to bring down. As you see, they're falling forward, picking up those extra yards after contact. 2 running plays for North Kansas City. Big first down there to get into Oak Park territory.
Procedure penalty coming up on the offense.
Looked like Porter was moving forward, coming out of that motion.
Again, week 7.
Dead ball, false start, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, first down.
And when you're
small things that you got to be doing.
Yeah, and when you're a rushing team, you can't afford these 5-yard penalties. You're trying to average 4.5, 5 yards per carry, but you run out of downs.
Maybe a lineman moved early too, the left guard. But yeah, Porter did cut it up the field. Nonetheless, it's 1st and 15. Hornets trying to take advantage of an Oak Park fumble. Here's Stanton on a cutback run. And he'll get back the penalty yardage. Bruce with the stop. So it'll be a second down. It's about 9.
You see how they spell the 2 running backs. Peterson getting the first 2 carries of the drive, and Stanton getting that one. And both are on the field here.
Quarterback's going to look down the field. Incomplete, flag down. It was a go route to Porter, and the coverage was there.
Looked like there was a lineman downfield.
Like Donovan Ross had the coverage. Check that. That was Williams on the coverage. Man downfield for NKC.
Yeah, I looked up, and it looked like 78 was close to the 35-yard line, so not sure if I thought maybe it was a run play or just didn't have anybody in front of him.
An eligible receiver downfield, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Yeah, you saw him on the near hash mark down the field as quarterback keeping on a read option and slides. Takes a hard hit there by Canuck, who somersaults over the quarterback.
Yeah, you got to be careful there. I mean, the quarterback's sliding, and the referee will give you a little bit, but you got to make sure you're
gave
not
himself up, and Canuck kind of
diving into it. You like the hustle, but you got to be smart with it.
Yeah, that looked a little unsafe there as he kind of used his head there to the back of the shoulder pads on the quarterback. Fans really turning up the noise. 3rd down and 13. Oak Park needing a stop after a fumble. Run it to Peterson. He's blown up. Bruce. You can hear the fans going, Bruce. Jordan Bruce, the junior defensive tackle, makes the stop. 4th down punting time now for NKC.
Yeah, penalties just killed the drive. So you had the false start penalty, and then you had the illegal man downfield. And now North Kansas City is going to be punting from their side of the field as they look to pin Oak Park deep into their territory.
Morrow to punt. And, nearly got it blocked. Maybe it was tipped. Johnny thinks it might have been tipped. Short punt, 31 yards, no return. And they'll spot it at the 21-yard line. And we'll get the offense back out on the field. 2 turnovers, Johnny. And tell you what, it's hard to win as there you take a look at Hill back on the field. Still moving that left arm, though.
Just a little stinger. Or, it's a little cold out here, too. So, those injuries linger a little bit more.
Pitch it out, end around. Williams getting to the edge, and a nice gain on 1st down before he's ridden out of bounds. Looks like he's going to get about 7 yards.
Now, Williams caught that almost full speed in stride, able to pick up good yards there.
Williams, he gets big chunks rushing the ball, 8.9 rushing, but he's their leading wide receiver. But he's a dynamic player. He and Gantt Jr., they say, are college prospects. Gantt Jr. up the middle, into the secondary. Marlin unleashing the beast now. Breaking tackles, fighting players, and finally ridden out of bounds. Marlin Gantt Jr. with a big-time run. As they'll spot him inside the 25-yard line.
Gantt Jr. with a 47-yard run.
47 yards on the run, and there was a lot of fight at the end of this run by Marlin.
Yeah, and Gantt just following his guys up front. You see the receivers downfield doing their job, staying on their blocks, allowing Gantt to get that sideline and fighting for those extra yards. You want to make sure you're taking care of that football.
Boy, he was using the stiff arm to finish the run, pass to the outside, and wide and incomplete, intended for Cook, but it looked like Hinkle's
intended for number 6, Evan Cook.
Just weren't on the same page there. As
like
the receiver was going downfield, I think he thought he was going to break it off short.
Yeah, Lewis was in the backfield pretty quick, and he had some time.
Yeah,
you're right. Just
miscommunication. 2nd down and 10.
You see some shoving going on after the whistle. Got to make sure you get no stupid penalties, especially if you're Oak Park. You don't want to push yourself back.
And this running play is going to be stuffed. Hill back. And also involved is Torres, the Will linebacker, and their leading tackler. So now they're behind the sticks. 3rd down and 10. Still a 1-score game, so despite the 2 turnovers, Oak Park right in this ball game.
And you're probably 4-down territory here.
That's a good point, Johnny. They may try to get it down to 4th down and manageable. And their kicker's not a long-range kicker. As the slant is caught. And it's going to be 4th down and still a couple of yards, but going down low is Evan Cook, the junior, his 4th reception of the year.
Yeah, Cook had the block to spring Gantt on that run and does a good job here of concentrating on that football. Good throw by Hinkle, keeping it low, keeping it out of the defender's hands.
And Torres, the linebacker, coming over, knocked out his own guy, looked like there, as we get a timeout for North Kansas City. As it's going to be 4th down, and this is what I thought they were going to do, try to get it 4th down to like 2 or 3, and now they're going to go for it, and Leon Douglas wants to talk to his defense. He is the defensive coordinator for this team.
And you have an aggressive defensive line. You got to make sure you're telling your guys to watch the football. So many times, offense just goes up there trying to draw you off sides. He knows if they can make a stop here, they can use that momentum on the offensive side of the ball. But first things first, got to make sure that ball snapped, not jumping off sides. If you're Oak Park, you go back to the same play. Quick pass over the middle. You know, Cook can bring that ball in.
Yeah, he's shown good hands.
Gantt's not even on the field right now.
It's going to be 4th down and 3, pistol formation. Extra blockers to the right. Yes, Hinkle going to take off and run. Hinkle, 10, 5. He'll have it 1st and goal near the 2-yard line. Aiden Hinkle.
That's where you talk about that athleticism right there, making the right decision. Nobody open downfield, knows it's 4th down, and does a great job at tucking that football. Almost gets into the end zone, but huge 4th down pickup there for Oak Park. Keep this drive alive.
14 yards on 4th down and 3 by the junior quarterback. All-conference baseball player. 1st and goal, running play to the right side, in there, touchdown, Evan Braxton, the junior, his 6th rushing touchdown of the year, and the all-important PAT coming up for the Northmen. Emilio Espino Cruz, the senior kicker, who is 24 for 31 on PATs, so we have a flag down before the snap.
There's 12 men on the field for North Kansas City as they were running a guy off.
Flag on the play.
Dead ball, encroachment, defense. Half the distance to goal, repeat the untimed down.
So EEC will try a PAT. And once again, 24 of 31 on the PATs. He's not automatic. This would be a big one to give Oak Park their first lead of the ball game.
Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So they will assess the yardage on the kickoff. And now they'll try the go-ahead point after touchdown. And more flags. The kicker moved early.
Flag on the play. False start.
He knows how big this point is.
Yep, he was moving
Dead ball,
toward the
ball start,
placement
offense,
spot before the ball
5-yard
was
penalty,
snapped.
repeat the untimed down.
And the penalty parade continues. And now you've just made it tougher. And this will be a 25-yard distant PAT. And it's low and no good. So tied at 6.
The score is 6-6.
Once again, when you see a percentage on PATs of 7 missed PATs, you just don't know. As here's the Braxton touchdown run as he stretches the ball across the goal line. And the penalty didn't help either, but the penalty was on the kicker. And this is just a low, I don't know, I don't want to say duck hook. It's not hooking too much. It's just kind of a low pull.
just trying to punch the ball through, and it looked like there was a lot of follow-through on that. But either way, we're tied here at 6, so I'm not certain that this game's going to come down to a field goal.
Well, neither team really has a premier type kicker or a young man that they will let kick from like 40 yards out. So both these teams don't have that in their arsenal.
Well, when Oak Park needed a drive and to get a score to tie it up, they were able to do it. Big
Porter deep back. Espino Cruz's kick taken to the 4-yard line. Here's Porter with some running room off the right side. And it closes down fast. Good special teams work there. As coming down and making the stop was Khalil Gill, senior. And now anybody's ball game as Oak Park has gotten back in this game, and now North Kansas City. We saw some running life with Stanton in the first half. Looks like Peterson might be getting more totes here in the second half. As we get Porter back there as a quarterback. Porter got a couple of yards, so we saw Porter in the first half. I don't know if he's more of a wildcat. I mean, he's your most dynamic wide receiver. And now I see Walton back in the huddle, so Garen Walton, the junior quarterback, playing with that left wrist injury. It's all taped up. He is a right-handed throwing quarterback, though. And this is Stanton. And he is right near the first down marker. And he gets through the hole quickly.
Yeah, when he gets past that first line of defense, and he really picks up speed. And see him run into one of his own linemen there, or else I think he was going to pick up some more yards. But
they say it is a first down by Mackay.
Like a favorable spot there. Maybe he was a half yard short, but
he ran right up the back of Nadomain, the wide receiver, who was blocking on the play. First down. And another good run by Mackay as he's just across the 40-yard line. Just so much quickness and burst. His long speed, nothing was mentioned by Coach Douglas as far as that, but this guy has got that short darting speed and able to get through the line, averaging 5.8 yards per carry. Mackay Stanton. Second down and 4, and there he goes. And maybe his long speed's good, and Leon was just sandbagging me there, but there is a flag down after that big run.
Flag is holding on North Kansas City.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul. Repeat, second down.
So wave off the good run by Stanton. See if we can see who is holding. Well, it negated a very good run there by Stanton, who's putting in a good night, has the lone score for North Kansas City on a 17-yard second quarter touchdown. Out to the 40-yard line. And this is House Jr., who's seen some touches tonight. He's more of an in-between tackles runner.
Third down.
Yeah, they've got 3 capable running backs, and they definitely use all 3. To see each running back has their own set of skills.
Yeah, I asked Coach Douglas what happened in the Platte County game. They lost on the road, 25-14. He said, we threw the ball too much. I go, so what? So you want to run it more? Yes, we want to run the football. We've got good backs, good offensive line. And Walton going to throw this one. A Hail Mary down the field. Porter sees it. The defenders don't. He makes the catch inside the 30-yard line. The defenders lost sight of the ball. One fell down. And Chase Porter just kind of got underneath it like a fly ball to the outfield. Makes the catch and a first down. As the play goes 34 yards.
Jermaine House with a good block in the backfield, allowing Walton to have that extra time. And
this ball had hang time on it.
Yeah, Porter tracking that ball in the air and does the right thing, goes back and gets it. So you see, he's got pretty good ball skills when that ball's up in the air, and that guy's fighting for it.
House Jr.
Jermaine House Jr., the ball carrier.
House Jr. got pushed forward there by Cowling, the offensive lineman. And he'll get 3 yards on the run. 2nd down and 7. Under a minute to play in your third quarter. 6-6 lockup.
Yeah, and when this team has needed a big play, it's been Walton to Porter hookup. Like North Kansas City was stalled on that drive, but able to pick up that big 3rd down conversion, and now they're driving inside of Oak Park territory.
And this is Peterson. And Peterson, the big body guy, he looks tough to tackle. He's really a thick kid. Played at Staley, and then transferred to North Kansas City. And that'll be the final play of the third quarter. But we got a new ball game here. Oak Park has tied it up in the third quarter on a Braxton rushing touchdown. Everybody put up the 4 fingers. The fourth quarter coming up next as you're watching the Hy-Vee High School Game of the Week, only on Spectrum Sports. Hy-Vee scoring by quarters. 1 rushing touchdown in the second quarter by Stanton, 17 yards. Answered by an Oak Park touchdown in the third quarter by Braxton. PATs, both no good. 6-6 as we go to the fourth quarter. But it looks like North Kansas City driving. They're in the red zone as they'll have it now 3rd down and 2 from the 18-yard line of Oak Park. And the big back is in, Peterson. Peterson gets it right up the middle, and the big back kind of battles his way for a first down to the 15-yard line.
That's good for Hornet. First down.
Yeah, Peterson needed to pick up 2, and he knew it and just puts the shoulder pads down.
What do you think Peterson goes? What, 200, 210? I mean,
he's a good-looking kid, about 6'1", about 210.
And we don't have the sizes on the roster, but yeah, he is, like I said, he looks like a nightmare to tackle. That body of his. He'll stay in the backfield. Motion by Porter. They get it out to Porter, and Porter, I wonder if he was going to throw that, but then decided to run it as he'll lose big-time yardage. Fields involved along with Bruce. And they'll lose yardage back near the 19-yard line.
You got a lot of depth on that pitch, and you thought maybe it was going to be a pass play.
Yeah, you were kind of waving your arm like he was going to throw it, and then he said, nope, I'm going to take off here. No, I never lifted up the arm. Yeah, and they lose 4. It'll be 2nd down and 14. Back to the 19-yard line. Stanton, he got grabbed by the face mask as he went through the line, and boy, did his head jerk back, and he might be hurt. And he's shaking his head as this penalty coming up on Oak Park.
Personal foul on the north end.
Yeah, unfortunate penalty there for Oak Park. Is guy's just trying to make a play, but unfortunately gets that face mask, and it's going to be a big penalty as they just got the tackle for loss.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, 15-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
So it'll go down to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it goes from 2nd and 14 now to 1st and goal at the 10.
Bruce, yeah, that's blatant right there. And you saw Mackay kind of shaking his head. Hope he didn't injure his neck. 2nd down and 5. Quarterback in trouble. And he's thrown for a loss. As the guys were definitely in the backfield. Diaz was back there. One of the seniors, linebackers. And this one looked like a busted play. As once again, the quarterback turned, nobody there, and he's got to eat it.
Yeah, not sure it was going to matter as Diaz was unblocked on the blitz, and he was in the backfield by the time the snap got to the quarterback.
Well, after a loss of 6, it'll be 3rd down and 11. Again, the fans turning up the noise, looking for a 3rd down stop. Flag down before the snap. Delay of game on North Kansas City.
Delay of game on the Hornets.
Dead ball, delay of game, offense, 5-yard penalty, repeat, 3rd down.
Well, we thought the face mask penalty might have bailed them out, but instead, tackle for a loss and a penalty, and now we're back to 3rd down and 16 to the 21 for North Kansas City. Walton stepping up, throwing incomplete, looking like it was intended for the H-back or fullback, Damian Matthews. Now 4th down and long. Once again, the kicking situation is not one of the strong suits for North Kansas City. They have no field goals. They are 0 for 1 on field goals this year.
Well, the go-to guy's Ben Porter, but I'm certain that Oak Park knows that. So they'll probably double cover him here. See what they have in the playbook here for
timeout. North Kansas City, they're second.
North Kansas City.
I don't think they know what play to run right now, so they're going to talk it over and figure out what they're going to do for 16 yards here.
Wow. Big crowd here tonight. They haven't been to Oak Park in a while. They made some additions to the back of their school. Also the stadium. And now here we go. This will be Tanavan Williams to try a long field goal attempt. This will be 37 yards and not there, short. It was a long attempt. It was on target, but came up about 5 yards short, it looks like. So the ball goes over now to Oak Park with 9:22 to play in regulation, tied at 6. I mean, he made a good pass at this.
Yeah, good kick. You're in this colder air, those balls don't travel as far. And see that ball just die right before. Huge defensive stop for Oak Park there.
Gantt Jr. And a powerful run on first down. And close to the first down by Marlon Gantt Jr.
That's good for Northman.
They will say he got just over 10. First down, Northman. I'm wondering about the mascot. You got the Northmen, and you've got the Okies. They have two mascots. As the quarterback read option is blown up. Hill back there, tackle for a loss. He leads the Hornets.
Abe Hinkle. Loss of 4 on the play.
And also that was Browning, I beg your pardon, Jaden Browning.
Brought down by number 93, Jaden Browning.
And once again, coach saying this guy is just a little bit taller. He'd be getting those big-time D1 schools all over him. But tell you what, the other schools should be looking at number 93, Jaden Browning, third in tackles, 4 sacks, 8 tackles for a loss and a safety. Slant, off the left hand of Cook. He's lobbying for a penalty. The officials not going to throw one, and it's going to be third down and long.
That brings up third down for the Northmen.
Yeah, we've seen Oak Park have some success on this quick slant to Cook.
And
pretty good defensive play there.
Vickers with the coverage. Jamari, a freshman. I think they're playing big-time varsity football. And now you're behind the sticks after the tackle for a loss. Hinkle forced to throw. Lobbing it down the field and going to be intercepted. Taken away by Herb Bass. Turnover number 3 by Oak Park.
And number 26, Herb Bass.
I think there you're trying to throw the ball downfield looking for a big play, but I think with 3rd and 14, they were going to punt anyway on an incomplete pass. So,
well, Herb Bass now leads the team. He has 3 interceptions, number 26 for North Kansas City, and just kind of lofted this one up, and Herb just ran under it and made the INT, his 3rd of the season. He also has 2 fumble recoveries, so Herb has been Mr. Takeaway. He was the guy that jostled a ball free earlier in the ball game. So his 5 takeaways, 1 pick 6 for a touchdown, and now North Kansas City goes empty. Nope. They'll put Stanton in the backfield, and he'll get the toad on first down and lowers his head and shoulders, and a nice run of some 8 yards on first down. Mackay Stanton.
Mackay Stanton, the ball carrier. Gaining 8 yards on the play. He's brought down by number 9.
This could be a crucial drive in the game if North Kansas City can take advantage of the 3rd turnover by Oak Park. I mean, the math says Oak Park should be in deep trouble, -3 in turnovers tonight, but they're still right in this ball game as North Kansas City needs to take advantage as this run.
Stanton, the ball carrier. Gaining 3 yards on the play.
see whose mark we're going to use.
Let's see. It's going to be a 3rd down and less than a yard as Leon Douglas questioning the spot there.
Yeah, you saw the ref put the ball down, and then
Let's make some noise.
line judge didn't like it, so he moved it back a half yard.
Stanton, no, he is, well, he's going to be a little bit short, it looks like. He had a nice second effort to that run because he really got drilled as Brandis was involved, and now it's 4th down and a yard.
Northman stopped him on 3rd and short.
Went from 3rd and a half yard to 4th and a full yard.
Yeah, looks like they lost about a half yard. Hornets
Let's make some noise. Oak Park
gonna go for it.
I don't see Peterson on the field.
Big back's not out there. They'll give it to the little back, and second effort.
Oh, he got it. Fumble,
the ball
fumble.
came out, and it'll be Oak Park football. Fumble recovery by Caden Fields. So the second effort exposed the ball, and the ball was recovered by the Northmen.
Yeah, it looked like Bradley was helping Stanton try and get that first down. You see here at the end.
So
Bradley,
his lineman is pulling him, and then Bruce ripped it out, and Fields got it. So the first turnover by North Kansas City, and here's Gantt up the middle, spinning his way. He'll get to the 49. 5-yard run on first down. Now let's see if Oak Park can make North Kansas City pay with their first turnover of the night.
Lumberyard, if you need to call for a ride, please do so now. Lumberyard, if you need to call somebody to come pick you up, let's make that phone call right now.
Wow, the public address announcer not expecting overtime tonight as he's telling the kids to, if you have somebody to come and pick you up for a ride, go make that call right now. As we pitch it out to Gantt, using that stiff arm, turning the corner, first down, Oak Park. Marlon Gantt, the tough run.
With the Oak Park, first down.
Gantt in that second quarter really started picking up some momentum, and he's carried that on. He's kind of getting stronger as the game's going along. Figuring out these guys are going low. He's got those long arms. Stiff arm those guys down to the ground. Picking up yards and chunks right now.
From the 44, first and 10. This running play is going nowhere fast. As Torres, the linebacker, was right there. He is the Will linebacker. Wall is the Mike linebacker. Or I beg your pardon, the Mike linebacker is Williams. And Mergus is the outside linebacker. No gain, second down and 10 for Coach Clemens. He is the offensive coordinator. He's the play caller. Let's see what he wants to do. He's one of those guys that likes to run the football. Need to get up and snap it as the play clock was winding down, but they'll burn the timeout.
Northman timeout.
That'll be their first.
Our first charge timeout.
His philosophy is we only want to pass when we have to. So he likes to run the ball as well. His team averages 213 yards per game, rushing the ball out of their 293 total offense. So they've had 3 turnovers tonight. And trying to come back from that. Now North Kansas City has coughed it up. And will that cost them the game tonight?
Well, you know, when Oak Park needed to force a turnover, they were able to, but we saw the drive before. Oak Park defense able to make the stop deep in their territory. So every time their number's been called, they've been able to answer the call or the bell. And they've kind of got all the momentum right now as they're in North Kansas City side of the field with 5 minutes left in the game. They're in no hurry on offense.
And this is Braxton who scored the touchdown. And Braxton, who averages 5.4 yards per carry. And he got a nice gain on first down. Braxton, who has 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. Now third down and 7. Northman looking to the sideline for the play call.
For the Northmen.
Play clock winding down. Will they get it off? And let's see. Did they get the timeout or will we get a delay of game? Anybody is
Timeout on the field.
timeout.
Called by the Northmen. Their second charge, timeout.
So they will take the timeout, and they'll have one left. So this is a big play call. 3rd down and 7 from the 41 in North Kansas City territory. I want to say speedy recovery to Sharo Madi, their offensive lineman, one of their captains, who suffered an ACL injury, and he's out for the year. He would normally be their offensive line. We wish him all the best in a recovery for the senior and blue blood on this team. Well, important down and distance. Quick pitch out. Williams with room. Williams to the edge, using the stiff arm, and he's whipped down. Nice tackle by Knack there. And he is just shy of the 1st down, it looks like.
Xavier Williams, the ball carrier. 57 yards on the play.
It'll be, looks like they're going to have to measure here. We have an official's timeout. What a battle there, and the stiff arm. The stiff arm was what Knack used to make the stop.
Yeah, it almost like he tossed him backwards, but I think they gave him the forward progress there. Is going to bring the chain gang out.
It's going to be 4th down. Looks like less than a yard.
I think Leon's right there. Now he's getting kicked off the field.
And they got it by the nose of the football. Wow. It was that close. Williams with the stiff arm run gets the 1st down. And the drive stays alive. New set of downs. 1st and 10 from the 34 as the Northmen try to rally to win at home and go to 6-1, a team that only won 4 games last year. It's a program that's had its down years, and now surging up. And here's a fade to the outside, and the pass fought for, and it's caught.
Oh, wow.
What a battle, and a catch by Xavier Williams. He and Porter locked up on the football, and Xavier ripped it away for the 1st down catch inside the 15-yard line. What a play by the X-Man.
I think that ball changed possession about 3 times, and 21-yard pass play there on 1st down.
Ball at the 12-yard line. Look at these guys just ripping at it. Those sticky gloves, and the X-Man got it. 1st and 10. Quick pitch, short side. Braxton to the edge. And he'll get it inside the 10. Goes out at the 9. 3 yards gain.
Evan Braxton, the ball carrier.
Now you got to work the clock if you're Oak Park. You don't want to give North Kansas City much time.
Well, looks like Braxton got pushed out of bounds there. Clock stopped right now.
Second down and 7. Northman lost in overtime last week, looking to bounce back at home tonight. Hinkle pressing the edge, turning it up the field, not much. Browning grabbed him. Now the ball came out, and it was covered up by Oak Park.
Aiden Hinkle, the ball carrier.
As one of the offensive linemen came away with it, and that was Adrian Garcia. Wow, that could have been a turning point in the game as Hinkle fumbled it, and the ball went forward for, looks like, a couple more yards here. Yep, it was knocked out by Torres, and the lineman, Johnny on the spot, Garcia, saving the day, the right guard. Third down. Hinkle, swing pass. Gantt Jr. open. Gantt Jr. to the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown. Oak Park. Marlon Gantt Jr. on a swing pass. 9 yards. And the Northmen surge in front late in regulation.
And see how close Adebawore was to getting a hand on that ball. Almost knocks that ball down, but Dan able to get it and get it into the end zone.
0 for 1 is Emilio Espino-Cruz on this extra point. It'll be a big one. It's good. It limps over the bar. 13-6, Marlon Gantt Jr. with his first receiving touchdown of the year.
Yeah, you see here, almost able to get a hand on that, but Gantt fortunate enough to haul that pass in, and he knows where he's got to get to, that front pylon. See right there, just able to get across the goal line for the huge score for Oak Park.
Well, Marlon has had a big ball game. There is the scoring drive after the North Kansas City fumble. They're able to take advantage, take it 56, and get the Gantt Jr. receiving touchdown on a 3rd down and 7 play. By the way, they move the ball back after that fumble. They don't give you forward progress for fumbling it forward. The old Todd Christensen play or whatever that, you can't fumble it forward and get bonus yardage out of that. So they moved it back, and Gantt Jr. scores. And now the defense for Oak Park needs to stop because there's still time here, and North Kansas City has 1 timeout left. As Espino-Cruz to send it back to Porter, who's a very dynamic player. Oak Park fans celebrating now, but ball game not over yet.
Yeah, big kickoff return here for North Kansas City, trying to get a big play and get some energy back on that side of the field, as your offense is going to need that to finish off this game, try and get a scoring touchdown.
And you kick it out of bounds, and that is one of the worst scenarios because you'll give the ball to North Kansas City at the 35-yard line. Boy, we've seen some mistakes tonight. The film room will be an active room for both these teams tomorrow morning, I have a feeling.
Yeah, you're trying to get that ball obviously away from Porter, but you got to keep it in between the sidelines. And
flag on the kickoff.
So they'll get pretty good field position. And you still got time, and you've got a timeout. So door is still cracked open for this North Kansas City team. It's not a very effective passing team, but you can still work some run plays in.
Hornets will take over on their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, biggest thing is got to make sure that you're getting up to the line. Got to make sure you're getting the ball to the referee on run plays or completed passes. Don't want any time ticking off that clock. That every single second's going to be precious here on this drive.
It'll be Stanton at the right hip of the quarterback. Walton winds up throwing down the field, incomplete, looking for Porter. Coverage was there. Good coverage in the secondary.
Yeah, and you're going to bracket Porter. You're not going to let him beat you over the top. See that safety playing over the top there.
Yeah, it looked like Davis, Mike Davis, the strong safety, was right there and actually had better position on the pass than the wide receiver.
Land Porter was about 40 yards downfield at the end of that play, so having to run all the way back to the huddle.
Now the quarterback hit, going down. Surprised he held on to the football as he took a wicked knock there from Caden Fields. If you're Oak Park, that's your defensive MVP tonight, Caden Fields. And that ball nearly came out. The quarterback, Walton, able to hold on, or it could have been ball game right here on this sack.
Yeah, I didn't really see him, and very fortunate to hold on to that football as see Fields not giving up on that play, working his way around the edge, and that ball kind of got loose, but Walton able to keep possession of it.
Fans making a lot of noise. 3rd down and long. Another floater down the field. Receiver behind the defense. Oh my. That was Stanton coming out of the backfield. And it sails long, incomplete. And now 4th down and 14. In essence, your ball game. As quarterback Walton staring to the sidelines. Hands on his hip, and now back into the huddle, and this is it. Goes to the wristband.
Let's make some noise.
Again, the public address announcer gets the fans all riled up. And timeout, North Kansas City.
North Kansas City 1 for 4 in 4th down tonight, so trying to get that second 4th down conversion and keep this drive alive and stay in the game.
Well, next week we got another long drive at Pleasant Hill. 2 undefeated teams heading into play tonight. Missouri River Valley Conference West football. And we got 2 teams that are highly rated. Center's number 5, Pleasant Hill, number 9. Both at 6-0 on the year. Next Friday night, Pleasant Hill, Missouri. Is there like a weather station there? I would say the National Weather Service from Pleasant Hill, Missouri. It's on the top of a hill, the stadium. All right, 4th down, 14, your ball game. Hornets have to convert. And now we get another timeout. Well, we've seen all the timeouts used by teams tonight. What's the old line? You can't take them with you, so you might as well use them.
Well, you want to see what they're lining up on offense, and
it's empty. No more timeouts, coaches. You used them all, so. So North Kansas City burning a bunch of timeouts in the first quarter. So, yeah. A lot of timeouts taken tonight. But, like I said, they don't tack on to next week. You might as well use them if. I think Coach said, hey, this is a big play. 4th down, 14. Let's make sure we're all set up in the secondary. Or maybe he was jogging their memory on like a hook and lateral type play where you could get something faked out.
Just keep them in front.
Flea flicker type thing. Yeah. Be aware.
You see the double coverage here on Porter. Your slot at the bottom of the screen.
Pass down the middle and incomplete. Peterson turned in. The pass sailed behind him. Ball over on downs. And Oak Park gets a 4th down stop in the 4th quarter. And we'll just have to set up their victory formation and go to 6-1 on the year. A team that struggled 4-6. They've had some struggling years. I mean, you got to be old like me, but Oak Park used to be a powerhouse. They would go nose to nose with Rockhurst and Liberty, and Coach Cruz and Coach Ross were here. And it's going to be a big win. as the victory formation set up by the Northmen. They'll be in first place in their conference, the Suburban Red Conference. The conference race is not over. They'll also be in first place of the Class 5 District 8. And North Kansas City going to have to fight Fort Osage now for that number 2 slot in the district. And it was a low-scoring defensive game. A lot of running, a lot of penalties, a lot of timeouts. A lot of turnovers, too. 3 by Oak Park. They're able to survive, take advantage of North Kansas City's lone turnover, drive it 56 yards, and get a pass for a touchdown to Marlon Gantt of 9 yards. And they're going to get the W. And this is a sweet one. This is the same school district, and these kids know each other well. I think that was the Canucks doing the Gatorade bath. Dad and son. And it's blue heaven here at Oak Park as they get the W tonight, rallying down at halftime, 6-0. They'll win it 13-6 over arch rival North Kansas City. Wave that flag and celebrate a 6-1 year. North Kansas City will drop to 5-2 on the year.
Ladies and gentlemen, please drive home safely. We come back next week on October 15th as the Northmen host homecoming. Fans, be sure to follow the football teams down to the flagpole.
Marlon Gantt Jr., the game-winning touchdown tonight. Rushing touchdowns by Braxton, his teammate, and also Stanton for the North Kansas City side. Low-scoring game won by Oak Park in the fourth quarter. Just over 2 minutes left in the game, and the W was a big pass on 3rd down and 7 of 9 yards to Marlon Gantt Jr., and it's a Northman win, as here's Ken Clemens with Leon.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you are a man of your word. At halftime, you said you're going to get that big play. You got a couple of big plays in the second half, but none bigger than Xavier Williams fighting for that ball and coming up with that big catch.
Well, and you know, when you got good football players, they'll eventually make a play. Just proud of our defense, you know, keeping us in it. We know that that's the only way you can beat North Kansas City is to you know, try to keep their score down and hope you can hit something.
How about that last drive on offense? So you ran the ball primarily. We mentioned the big play, the big pass play, but your offense seemed to find a rhythm there a little bit.
Well, you know, we play hard. Our kids always give great effort, and if you're giving great effort, eventually something comes around for you.
And the defense, again, you mentioned it, but how much confidence do you have in that defense?
They just get better every week, I think. You know, and they're young. I mean, we start a whole lot of sophomores out there. And I was once told you lose a game for every sophomore you start, but we start 8 sophomores, so I don't think it's going to happen that way this year.
Yeah, you only have lost one game, 6-1. What have you found out about your team now, this far into the season?
We're still just learning about our team. We love our kids. They all love each other, and we're just growing together.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thanks, Leon. Number 16 in our Super 25 this week, the Northmen of Oak Park moving up the poll behind a 13-6 victory at home tonight. Well, the W flag is being raised at home tonight. Good tradition here for Oak Park at the new facility, the Oak Park Activities Complex. Johnny, it wasn't pretty. They had 3 turnovers, but they got the job done when it counted in the fourth quarter. They win it 13-6 over an arch rival.
Yeah, good football game tonight. You know, people that like to watch good defenses got a good show tonight. Oak Park able to pull out the victory when they needed a score. They got one, but you know, if you're North Kansas City, you know, you're going to go in that film room tomorrow, and, you know, you're going to have some deep talks with some of your offensive guys. As, you know, like you said, 3 turnovers forced and not able to convert any points off those.
Special thanks to our school ADs, Chad Valadez of Oak Park, David Garrison of North Kansas City. Thanks to the coaches, Ken Clemens, Leon Douglas, our producer, Joe Novacek. For Johnny Beck, Leon Liebel, and our entire Spectrum Sports broadcasting crew, this is Kevin White saying so long from the Oak Park Activity Complex. Our final low-scoring game tonight in the Suburban Red, but it's Oak Park victorious 13-6. Next week at Pleasant Hill Center on the road as we say goodnight from Oak Park High School in Kansas City.